You want a war? You're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. You might do it. Kick things by here. Welcome to day 3 of training camp. I hope everybody's doing well on this Saturday morning, hanging in there. Thank you for being here. Should be an interesting day. No doubt about it. Quinyanimo Bay, what's going on? Twits, what's going on? TBTC, Kyle, Stone Money Man, Logan Motorsports, January John, Ghostface Digital, Polensky, thank you guys for being here. Adam, Nick, Eagles 1278, The Dro Zone, what's up? Steven, January, Kyle, Blue 6 Delta, is that Clark? What's going on, buddy? 1, 2, 3, Spin Bad, Yoshua, and anybody I missed. Rock the Autist is here. Thank you for being here. So I guess we should probably get right to it. What I'm seeing so far, and I don't know if you guys got a chance to listen to Mannion. That was kind of interesting, but it looks like no Lane Johnson today. So let's take a look here and see what the heck is going on. I'm not too worried about it. Not him missing a practice. He probably needs the rest, I would assume. But it says, no sign of Lane Johnson at the start of Eagles practice. Fred Johnson was at right tackle in his place during install. Tackle Caleb Williams, who left practice early with the injury on Thursday, is here, but he's not practicing. I mean, other than that, the injuries, that's it, really. So they're really not in bad shape. But I got to hope that Lane is nothing too big. You know, there's Jalen. Go through some of these warm-ups here. I don't know why the screen is doing that, though. I don't understand that. Why? I got to fix it. I don't understand why it's not taking up more room on my screen. Yes, my man. What's going on? G59 Hunter. Philly 500, are we winning Super Bowl, my man? Get ready. Hey, man, I feel good. I actually like what we've seen the first couple days of camp. No question about it. What I want to do is I want to figure out why my screen isn't, whatchamacallit, though. Why isn't it taking up more? Something's off on this, and I don't know exactly what it is. That's an old. Is it Military Day today? Did I miss it? Next year we will most likely draft a couple offensive linemen high in the draft. I'm doubting we have Lane and Landon's future replacement on the roster right now. Well, I don't think we. Well, I don't know yet. I mean, we got a couple offensive linemen that might be good, but I don't know if I see them as like the replacement either. I don't know what happened to Lane. My assumption is that it's probably a rest day. But we'll see. I mean, I didn't hear anything about him. So they got the Army stuff going on, or the military. I like when they wear their military I like their military practice outfit, you know. Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with Lane. I didn't I've heard nothing. As soon as we get an update on why, I will let you know. Towards this 500, did you watch Gruden thing on the division? I know Barkley got hit in the backfield a lot, but 132 times is crazy. So, I didn't see it, But it doesn't surprise me with Barkley. Like, Barkley he would get the handoff and he was getting tackled right away. Like, I think people are going to be shocked when they see the difference a year makes with the offensive line health and competent coaching. I really do. I've heard nothing on Lemon. No, I haven't heard much either. Your computer needs it needs to calculate the calculations of cornbread. I've unfortunately had to use StreamYard the last few days, and I can't remember how to stretch out that screen and get rid of all that white boring crap. Nick, thank you for the super chat, my man. He goes, you see C.J. Gardner-Johnson car in the locker room just now? No, I didn't. And I wish him the best, but I got to say this. It seems like every year he gets carted off the field, and he always manages to be okay, but I think he got carted off the field last year and the year before that. 500, I'm all set for September 13th. I'll be there. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, I hope Lane is okay. As soon as I get an update, I will pass it on. Mekhi Lemon fielding punts is interesting. I mean, the receiver that we've really heard a lot about, besides Wicks making that great catch, is Devontae Smith. I mean, Devontae Smith has been fantastic. Interested to see how Markel Bell develops in camp. Yeah, me too, but I don't know. Do you see him as like a legit tackle? I always saw him as like a big-ass guard. But, I mean, we'll see. The Ferris Sakuda just answering a guy asking me if I heard anything about him. Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, I hope he's okay. The coaching staff will most likely give the vets days off here and there, so there might not be anything wrong with. Yeah, it may not be nothing wrong with them. It could be just a rest day. I mean, he is coming back from an injury last year, right? So they may just be resting him. CJ was having a good camp too. Hopefully he just tweaked something. Yeah, man. I don't want to see him. I like CJ Gardner-Johnson. You know, I know he's not with the Eagles anymore, man. I wish he was. I felt like he, you know, even though he could, you know, get penalties and say things and get people riled up, I like the energy. I think you need at least one or two CJ Gardner-Johnsons on your team. Jihad isn't there either, I guess. No, I thought I saw Jihad earlier, but maybe that was something else. CJ Gardner's carted to the locker room. Yep. Let's see here. There's Jihad. Oh, Jihad. So I think congrats to linebacker Jihad Campbell from South Jersey. He went back to Alabama and got his degree in the rookie season. Fangio basically said he will stay at linebacker and will not pursue being an edge rusher, which I think is the right move, to be quite honest with you. No Jihad Campbell, wide receiver Elijah Moore either, and Cole Wisniewski is also sidelined. So all those guys are gone. And that's kind of where we're at right now. Let me refresh. Yeah, that's kind of where we're at. So we will see. Let me see here. Eagles Potter, thank you for the super chat. Wicks has established himself as the number 2 wide receiver. Early on, I would say so. He's a little bigger than I thought he was. Like, I don't remember. He's a little taller than I thought. But, man, he had some nice ups. Lower late right leg. I hope he's okay. Bert, what up, my man? How are you? Teddy, what's going on? We've got 283 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you guys subscribe if you haven't. I miss Mannion speaking. Anything that stood out to you? No. For the most part, I only got to hear part of it, and he was just praising Vic Fangio, you know, and talking about how they're learning things daily and the offense is coming together. The one thing I feel is that the players look a lot looser. They look like they're buying into what he's doing. You know, when Patullo, they would ask the players about Patullo, it was like pulling teeth. You could tell the players there was a disconnect there. I don't feel like that's happening now. You know? Philly forgets CJ and AJ both caused problems, stirred up crap. Injuries are part of the game and good for a non-Philly team. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. The difference between AJ Brown and CJ is that CJ wanted to be an Eagle. Like, he wanted to actually be with the Eagles. AJ wanted out. Did you guys hear what AJ said yesterday about the best corners? Did you guys think he kind of took a shot, kind of nonchalantly? Like, I thought he kind of left Q out to dry when he talked about the best corners. I was a little surprised. You know, way too early predictions, but if Wicks can make those kind of catches in double coverage, he's going to be, no doubt about it. Hujman Jada trains a lot of guys. It says Wicks is underrated and will be a breakout. Oh, I mean, if we get a breakout year from him, it changes everything. Do we ride our safety until preseason? I think we go. I say give it the first two preseason games. If they're not happy by then, they'll go out and get another guy. So it really depends how well those guys do. But I think they're going to have about first 2 games of preseason, and if they're not happy, they're going to try to make a move. The Drozo said, someone said Lane is a part of a concert tonight. Perhaps he's just getting rest. What kind of what do you mean? What kind of concert? I mean, that's good, I guess. We got some more stuff coming in. Let me go to some more. Let me go to some more stuff coming in from camp today. That's today. It's like the ball security drills going on right now. What do you guys think about the second quarterback? Do you think Dalton? You guys think Dalton takes that quarterback 2 and they trade Tanner, or do you think they keep Tanner all year? I think it's going to be interesting. I feel like Tank will be our true number 1 running back. You think Tank will be the true number 1? Well, what happened to Barkley? You're giving up on Barkley? I think Barkley's going crazy this year. I think Barkley's going to have a monster year. Gruden also, Chris Cooper is a great O-line coach. I hope so. You know, I have no opinion on the guy. I don't know. But, you know, when you're replacing a legend like Stoutland, I mean, come on now. Why are we still talking about him? He's gone by Felicia. I don't know which one. Can't wait to see Q work. AJ, the joint practice is going to be a war. It better be a war. Those guys better not be hugging him and loving him. They better be fighting with him. He quit on you. He wanted out. He quit on you. So you got to go at him. That's how I see it. You got to treat him like, you know, you're in the mafia and he's a rat. That's how I would treat A.J. Brown when he comes in for practice, joint practice. Phil, you watch your SummerSlam tonight? I don't know. Maybe. I do. I mean, I got Philly shakedown. We got a shakedown. Hopefully, I think we're on 9. So maybe after that. I'll probably watch the replay. But, man, it stinks. I think Nick Petullo's philosophy. The thing Nick and Petullo's philosophy was just to rely on players' talent to win individual battles and scheming them to be successful. Kind of lazy coaching philosophy. I think you're right. I think, and I'm kind of guilty in how I saw Barkley. Like I thought Barkley could literally get 2,000 yards again because I thought, oh, nobody could just stop this offensive line. They know what we're doing, but they can't stop it. No, it wasn't the case. But I think that's how they coach too. I think you're right. I think Wisniewski has a lot of promise and will end up in the field if no moves are made. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to think. Like I've heard a lot of good things about him as a big safety, but it's like I don't know. Till we see what he does. Here's Makai Lemon. Lemon doing some drills. I think Clement's a slot receiver, man. I think he's going to be primarily a slot receiver, and I think he's going to be a really good one. White rerun. I was talking about crying. AJ. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, he's a baby. Major Payne. Major Payne is here. Where's Major Payne? I didn't see him, but shout out to Major Payne. All right, Makai Lemon footwork is kind of where we're at. So last stuff I have. And we will return. How will we get talent he needs? Yeah, he will. You think Crosby's still an option, and would you do it for first and goal? I'm thinking about it. You signed Carter to that big contract. That's great. Jonathan Grenard, he's going to miss a lot of camp. I would consider it. I don't know if I want to give that first-round pickup, though. That's the only thing. In 2027, I don't think I want to give up that first-round pick. So I'm actually kind of going to steer away from it. I mean, if they did it, I'm not going to complain, But if I had to choose, probably not. I probably wouldn't. Eagles Potter, thank you for super chat. I'm hearing that Hunt is having a really good camp. He had a great day one. I mean, there's been 2 practices. He had a great day one, and nobody really talked about it. We talked about it here because we were getting live updates of it. But, yeah, he looks good. My man, Major Payne. The offensive line was too damaged last year for Barkley to get off. The poor thing didn't help. Agreed. I mean, when I'm doing a live stream and I got, a bunch of people in the stream and everybody's telling you where the play is going and what they're doing, then it's a problem because the defensive coordinators, if the people watching on TV know, then the coordinators and the coaches on the other team know what you're doing. And it was that bad. I'm starting to wonder where Lemon fits in the offense because Wicks and Smitty going to eat Hollywood deep threat. I low-key feel like Lemon going to have a quiet year. I don't know. I mean, are you talking in terms of like statistics? So you think it's going to be like what? Devontae gets 90-something catches. Wicks gets 78, 80 catches. I mean, I think Lemon, in my opinion, I think Lemon is a slot wide receiver. I think he'll be a very good slot wide receiver. Maybe he doesn't get a ton of targets. I don't know. But I think he'll be a great slot receiver. I don't believe he's an outside receiver, but we'll see if he can play it. That's why I think that if Wicks is just another guy, don't be surprised if they go back early in the draft next year and take another outside receiver. I'm kidding, but we stalking AJ. I hope Q locks up AJ. Stalking AJ. You think my internet is lagging? Is it? It was acting weird. It was acting weird last night, so that wouldn't surprise me. I had to reset it last night. Hopefully, it's not too bad. Let me pull it up on my phone. Pumper, what's going on? He says, and thank you for super chat. Hey, Philly, we need to pray Jalen can lead us to the promised land. No kudos till he gets us to the mountaintop. No cap. But he already got us there. Like, before you can acknowledge the second one, don't you have to acknowledge that he's already done it? Like, literally, like, he's already done it, Pump. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm trying to understand. Like, by the sound of it, it sounds like you don't, like he never did it. He's literally done it. Stop, you crazy cats. These cats are a little crazy this morning. They got like the zoomies. So there's Devontae Smith running some footwork. I think the Eagles should just keep McKee and cut Dalton. Dalton's best days of football are long gone, but I think they want to trade McKee. I think they want to trade McKee too, but I don't know that they will. As far as Dalton goes, I mean, I could take him or leave him. How do you even know Hollywood will make it? We don't know Hollywood. I don't think Hollywood's a guarantee to make this team, dude. Yes, I'm wondering how many targets he'll finish with the season. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's a decent amount. I see Lemon. I mean, I see him somewhere around 50 catches, maybe his rookie year, somewhere in that range. But I think he could be, how it's not always the amount of targets you get, but like the quality, like how many of those catches or throws he gets a game. How many of them are like big first down conversions? How many of them, are changing the field position? So, I mean, we'll see. No, I haven't in 20-something years, and I decided recently, like, I wonder if I could get back into it again. I wonder what it's like. I wonder what kind of crap they do now. And I kind of just started like trying to get back into it. It's been really hard. Had me fooled. Sometimes I think no way they run up the middle here with the little box on heavy fronts, and yet they would. You wouldn't think they would, but they did. And then the other thing that would drive me crazy is when they would throw, they would have literally the corners would be 15 yards off the receiver, and the Eagles, instead of running quick short pass, quick turnaround for 3-4 yards on first down, they trying to throw 30 yards downfield. It just never understood. Positive thing is I think they're actually doing good at wide receiver, having 4 or 5. Yeah, it sounds like they are doing a decent job. It does. I agree. There's Tank Bigsby out of the backfield. We got 420 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much for being here. I think Lemon can play outside or slot. He's a dog. Well, yeah. I mean, that's what we're going to find out. Because if he's primarily a slot, I'd go draft another wide receiver next year. I'd draft another one early. Oh, when we talk about the D-line, we never mentioned Byron Young. I feel like he's a strong rotation. Yeah, he is. He's gotten better and better. I think he could be a good rotational guy. I don't know what his contract left is, but the question is, could he develop into somebody that would be your third rotational guy next year? People, training camp started. People already talked down Lemon. Well, I hope you're not referring to me. I'm definitely not talking. I'm not trying to talk down on him. I don't know if you're referring to me or not, but I'm not down on Lemon. I'm very high on Lemon. I just think Lemon is going to be a better slot receiver than outside. That's all I'm saying. And I don't think that's necessarily. Some people may look at that as bad. I don't look at that as a bad thing at all. 500 is a Jalenite. Yeah, I have no problem. That is not offensive to me. Like Cilio and those, they all try to use it as like a bad thing. Why would I not be? The guy just won me a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 Super Bowls and he won me one. What? Like my question is why are the rest of you? I'm not talking down on Lemon. I'm just impressed with Smitty, Wicks, and Hollywood right now. Just me, Lemon, number 4 in depth. Well, no, I mean, we've actually heard them do things in camp, so you should talk to those guys. But I'm not down on him at all. I just think he's going to be a really good slot wide receiver, and I don't see that as a bad. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is considered one of the best wide receivers in football, and I see him as a slot wide receiver. Sid, thank you for super chat. We have to cut some solid offensive linemen and wide receivers. Eagles can't keep everybody. Micah Morris is my guy. I like Morris. The 2 draft picks, I try to keep them. Darius Cooper, I want over Hollywood. Me too. I want Darius Cooper to be a stud. That's what I want. Jalen nuts. No, I'm happy to be a so-called Jalenite. I don't like I said, I don't take offense to it. I mean, damn. the guy won me. Like, dude, I grew up watching all these quarterbacks. My favorite ever, Randall Cunningham, a highlight reel, great regular season, great highlights, but they just trashed him for not winning. McNabb, they didn't win. These guys didn't win. Now I get a guy that goes to 2 Super Bowls and wins one, and I'm not allowed to like him. It's supposed to be a bad thing. Now here's my thing with Hurts is if he doesn't improve in the passing game and a lot of the things that have been a problem rise up this year with the new coordinator, I will then say it. I will criticize him appropriately. But I truly believe the coaching has been the issue. Love the narrative on Hurts. Went from being a hardworking super coach to a guy who does whatever he wants and won't listen to coaching. Yeah, I know. To me, that's what you get from coaches who are losing their job and trying to put the blame on somebody else. 500. I said this about 3 years ago that we needed multiple wide receivers besides me and AJ. Now you see that Jalen is going to have a monster year. I think he is. Eagles spotter David Super Chat. He goes, I'm an Eagles fan and a Jalen. Go Birds. Yeah, I'm an Eagle fan first. I think some people think that I'm like that I won't criticize Hurts. That isn't true. I will criticize him, but I also truthfully, honestly believe that the coaching has been the problem. So when you take and you remove the coaching from the situation, and hopefully Nick will let Mannion just do his thing. If Hurts struggles, I'll say it. Korma, thank you for the super chat. Is the kid from Miami, Jason Pierce' son? No, he does look alike. Yeah, he does look alike. I don't think it's his son, but he does look like he's big, man. That kid's big. Let's see here. Let me see for any updates. So I keep seeing stuff about Eagles practice. Okay, so here we go. I think Jahad Campbell is okay. So Jahad Campbell isn't practicing. All right, so here we go. So Jahad Campbell is not practicing today. And he's not practicing because he is at a commencement for his graduation in Alabama. He earned his degree, so shout out to him. But here's a practice report. Jeff McClain wrote, Jahad Campbell, excused, not injury-related. Taquan Graham, excused, not injury-related. Lane Johnson, excused, not injury-related. Elijah Moore, excused, not injury-related. And then Cam Williams, knee, contusion, and Cole Wisniewski, hamstring. So you have 2 guys really injured. Everybody else is excused. Something must be going on tonight, like you guys said. Something must be going on. Southside, again, it says, understand as a Jalenite, I'm going to sit here and lose money with the guy. But as a betting man, since we got Jalen, I've been winning. I've been winning a lot. I've never won so much. Like never won so much. It's crazy. You know? I want my quarterback to be able to throw the effort ball, utilize the whole field, throw guys open, and he does it at least consistently. But we're supposed to pay him $65 million per year. But what's the ultimate goal? First of all, I gotta say, I don't believe that he can't do those things. Okay, like when you say he doesn't utilize the whole field, I believe he can. I believe that they haven't always. I believe he can throw guys open. Sometimes he doesn't. It's one of the things that he does have to work on, right? There are some things he has to work on. But I don't think he's incapable of doing those things. I believe that the last few years, they really just were like, don't turn the ball over, dude, and we'll win. And that has been it. But paying the guy $65 million per year, I mean, if he goes in and okay, so Christopher, what if, for argument's sake, what if Jalen has a typical Jalen Hurts season and he goes back to the Super Bowl and he wins it? Would you pay him? Would you pay him then? Like how many times does a guy have to win is my question. There are things he's got to work on. There's no question. But there are also things I think they didn't ask him to do that he could have done that they just never did, in my opinion. But it's not to say he doesn't have weaknesses. One Eagles reporter made a good point. We have immediate success from some of our rookies the past few years, but usually rookies take time. So Lemon and Stowers may take more time. They might. I think Lemon's going to be I think Lemon's going to start. I think Lemon's going to be effective. Hopefully, as effective as these crazy cats this morning. John David Super Chat. He goes, Hurts lost me in 23. He lost. Did he find you in 24? Did he find you in 24? I mean, in 24 they won a Super Bowl. Where you got lost? Where did they find you? They act like it's kind of thing. Jalen Hurts is good football. It's crazy. Yeah. Dude went to multiple games without pass completions for a half, but all the coaching, right? Yeah, that was. See that. Yes, I totally believe, Christopher, that was completely coaching. That was 1,000% coaching. I do. Because it's so hard to not. How does a guy go 15-17, okay, and then not throw a completion? How does it happen? It's insane. And what about the Buffalo Bills game? He came out in that first half. He made some friggin' throws that were ridiculous. Ridiculous throws. No completions in the second half. I don't believe that is because of Hurts. I believe that's because of the coaching. I believe that they're saying, we're up, we're winning, don't throw it. If the guy's not wide open and you have to put it in a little bit of a tight window, anything, forget it. Throw it away, roll to your right. That's what I really think they told him. I really believe that. I believe that you will not see that happen again this year because I believe they coached to prevent offense. And it was, hey, we're up, we're winning, we're going in the second half. Just don't throw it. Just don't throw the ball. Anything unless a guy's wide open. Otherwise, don't risk it because if we win the turnover battle, we're going to win. I truly believe it. Yeah, I actually do believe that. I believe that was the coaching philosophy. As crazy as it sounds. DJ Simo, thank you for the super chat, my man. I appreciate it. In a league where quarterbacks are crowned early based off of potential alone, as a Jalenite, the Eagles have hardworking, poised, swaggy, clutch general Super Bowl champ and Super Bowl MVP. He continues to prove him wrong. He does. And I'm not saying he's always doing everything perfect. I'm not saying he can't, I'm not saying he can't improve on things. There's a lot of things he's got to improve on. I totally believe that and agree. But, man, I think the coaching staff was really bad. I did. It's kind of where we're at. So nothing yet. Fred Johnson's the first team right tackle with no lane at practice. So Fred Johnson's starting at right tackle. We will check back in on that. All Hurts does is win, and all bitches do is hate. John, thank you for the super chat. That is Hurts. If you go heavy zone coverage, he won't throw it. That's why he holds the ball. It's simple. He can read zone coverage. But I mean, it's also what they wanted him to do. Like it's literally what they were telling him. Like, I mean, did you listen to if you listen to what was the show, the Hard Knocks, mid-season Hard Knocks? When you heard the coach talking, and all he kept talking about was 41-33 record. We're 41-3 when we don't lose a turnover battle. And then you look how they sit there every game. We're up. It seemed like we're winning at halftime. We come out, and the offense doesn't do anything, and they're not even trying. Yeah, I think it was coaching. I do. And I think it'll be much better this year. And if it's not, and if it happens with Mannion and Nick isn't interfering, I will criticize Jalen Hurts fairly. But I totally believe that was coach. That's why I would call it the prevent offense. I'm sorry, I feel people are stupid when it comes to Hurts. No, I mean people see certain things. I get it. I just think that it's like who's to blame? I think there are certain things that we're all like trying to figure out, and I really think it's the coach. I really think it was a problem. But if I'm wrong, I'm proven wrong, I'll be the first person to admit it. No, Lane is not hurt. He has an excuse from practice. Yeah, everybody can improve. Everybody can improve, and Hurts has things to definitely improve on. Like I think the rolling to the right when instead of he sometimes he leaves the pocket too early. How many times do we see him do that? I hate when he does it. When they had Steichen used to teach him step up in the pocket, step up in the pocket. Nick told him, just do it. Just throw the ball away. Don't turn the ball over and we're okay. That was the philosophy difference. No, Lane is not hurt. DJ Daver Super Chat. He struggles against zone coverage. He was the only quarterback to have a perfect passer rating against the top 2 zone defenses last season. Did really? That's funny. I think that when we saw the 2 games in which he did not complete a pass in the second half, when you look at how dominant he was in the first half, the only way to me that you can actually pull that off is you're being coached to do that. You're talking about like in that Buffalo game where he didn't throw a completion. I think he threw eight passes, and then in the Tampa game, I think he threw 7. So he threw 7 total passes in that second half and 8. Well, I mean, that just the fact that you're throwing that little is going to increase that you don't have a completion. Not all coaching watching. No, it's not. No, I'm not saying no. Look, nobody's saying everything is always all coaching. I'm not saying it's all this or all that. I'm saying the primary problem was coaching. It was coaching on that offense. And this year we're going to find out. Okay, let's see here. We got some updates now. We got drills going on. All right, so Fred Johnson is at right tackle. Zach Bond and Jalen Carter deflect Jalen Hurts passes at the line of scrimmage as he tried to throw over the middle. Rookie outside linebacker Keyshawn James Newby went down during team drills and is being carted to the medical tent. That's the last update. That sucks. Hopefully he's okay. Hate to see injuries. Hate it. Derek Davis Super Chat. Idiot fans passing over winning is passing does not win football games alone. Leave the quarterback alone. He wins. That's the main thing for me. Eagles Pirate Davis Super Chat. Fantasy football has ruined football IQ. The main thing is winning football games, and Jalen Hurts is elite winning big games. Winning matters. It does. It matters. It does. But we're told now that it's not a statistic for quarterbacks all of a sudden. When it came to Jalen, it became that. Beforehand, it counted. I counted, and I think it matters. And one other thing I think matters, I'm going to take a second here to check this out before we get our next update. Pits is America's #1 sportsbook app. It is the best app to use while watching sports. Plus, the great thing about it, it is really easy to use. Just pick a few player stats and lock in your lineup and boom, you're ready to go. Or if you prefer, you can now do team picks. Now, team picks is great. It opens up a ton of options, including picking wins, spreads, all sorts of things, as I'm going to show you in a second. Plus, Prize Picks is available in almost all 50 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Now, as I was saying, when you look at the team picks, they often have a bunch of different options to choose from. One of the ones that I want to touch on today is the stage of elimination for football teams this coming season, specifically the Cowboys. Why? Because this is, to me, easy guarantee, okay? This is easy. I have the Dallas Cowboys. I am taking them to not make the playoffs. That's right. I am taking the Cowboys to not make the playoffs. I'm locking in that lineup, and boom, it is ready to go. I love this play. I think this is a great guarantee. And if you like this or you want to do something similar, all you have to do is download the link in the description, download the app, and then use promo code HMA when you sign up. And if you play your first $5 lineup and you win, you'll get $150 in lineup credits. That's $150 in lineup credits. All you have to do is play your first $5 lineup and win. That's right. Just use promo code HMA. Link is in the description. Shout out to Prize Picks. All right, shout out to Prize Picks. We don't really have an update yet, but it says, seems like Darius Cooper is getting more Eagles first team action than Johnny Wilson. Jalen Hurts hits Darius Cooper on a slant for a first down. Dude, Darius Cooper is holding his own so far. He's holding his own the first few days of camp. If he makes this team, then I think he's a stud. John Davis, super chat, my man. He goes, laughing my ass off. What? His explosive plays dropped down when zone coverage went up. The passer rating is high because of the short passes. He has 6 touchdowns versus zone a year. And thank you for the super chat. Leon Banks is member for 32 months. Thank you so much, man, for your support. He goes, my life changed. Proud to be a dingbat. 32 months ago, you are the man. Your life has changed. And now you got chicks left to right. You got all these chicks. You're asking 500. What do I do? 500. I got you. Let's see here. Here we go. So Brandon Lee Gouten says, Jalix Hunt stock. Buy all the Jalix Hunt stock you possibly can acquire. Third-year edge rusher is living in the backfield. We've talked about him. He has been – it's another good day for Jalix Hunt. I think Jalix Hunt's a star. I do. I think he's going to be what we thought we had in Nolan. But it looks like Jalix Hunt is dominating the backfield as we speak. I'm going to go back and I want to watch. I'm going to go back and watch those 2 games where Hurts didn't throw completion in the second half. Because I bet you the quality of passes, because he only threw like 7 and 8. I bet you the passes are like 3rd and long when the defense knows he's going to throw. It's instead of like a quick 3-yard out or 3 little slant pass or a quick short pass just to get a completion. I bet you it's all first down run, second down run, third down, go, 3rd or 14, trying to convert. I'll bet you that's how it is. I bet you the quality of plays at the time are bad. Yeah, I think he could be double digit. I think he could be double digit. I guess Brady ain't the GOAT. Many of his Super Bowls, he was a statistical star. You think he was Brady, a top 10 defense in a run game most Super Bowl years. Yeah, early on, Brady, it was true. I mean, everybody used to say, well, Peyton Manning. But Brady was just stacking up the Super Bowls. It's been quiet, Philly, says ESPN. Sure, now that Rossini is gone and Nick isn't making an ass out of himself, I'll start back up as soon as Nick screws up again. Well, I mean, I think these players are happy, man. They look relieved. So Drew Kendall is getting some first team reps today. Drew Kendall is getting first team reps for Landon Dickerson. That's okay. Eagles part David Super Chat. I'm looking forward to our O-line being dominant. Yeah, me too. I just want the pass offense to be legitimate. That is elevated. That's fair. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. We don't like. We're not in like we don't disagree with what we've seen. I just think that maybe we think that it's the fault of different people. I think it's been the coaching. You think it might be Hurts. And I think the great thing is we find out this year. Thank you, January. I'm going to watch, but why are we being tortured with Panthers and Cardinals? In what way? What do you mean? What's up, Philly? Love what you do, brother. Philly, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate you. If Hunt becomes an all-pro, Howie's going to be a really rough time trying to sign Coop, Q, and Hunt, and possibly extending Hurts and Devontae, who would deserve more cash as a wide receiver one. Yeah, I mean, you gotta manipulate stuff, like that's why I think I would go draft a wide receiver in the first round. I would free up the wide receiver money the next 4 years. But I think Hunt's gonna be a star. And the problem is he wasn't a first round pick. So we gotta sign him early. Let's see here. Let's getting some updates here. So Elliot Tripp Park says, after the defense dominated the start of practice for about 10 straight reps, the offense finally gets a big play. Hurts moved from pressure, rolled to his left, and found Devontae downfield for a 20-yard gain. Devontae Smith again, baby. Devontae Smith's a stud. Derek Daver super chat. To the guy talking about Jalen in zone coverage. The offense was predictable. If a defense knows you were going to do only one of three things, it's a loss. 1,000% agree. 1,000%. This is the NFL. If you're predictable and the defense knows what you're doing, I don't care how bad the defense is. If they know what you're doing, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. And I had people in the chat. I mean, we were calling out the plays. It's that bad. Definitely different vibe. It does. And see, everybody thinks that's because AJ's gone. I think it's because Patullo's gone. I think AJ too, but I think Patullo. I don't think they like Patullo, man. Andy Dalton, first up at Eagles quarterback 2 today in 11-11. Dalton was the first. So Dalton's the number 2 today. He hits a good pass to Hollywood Brown for a 15-yard gain. There you go. So if we're getting our first Hollywood Brown action. We got 537 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much. 500. The offense reverts back to how it was the last few years and back to all on the Saquon. The defense, are you repping him? The only thing would be this: is Nick interfering? If it's a product of Nick forcing the Eagles to do it, then I can't hold it against him. If Nick's out of it, then we can take a look at it. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what I would do. It just feels like when Steichen left, they said, let's not worry about developing Jalen anymore. That's what it felt like. And we need to get back to it. N7, thank you for the super chat. Hey, how you doing? What up, 500? It's Umbrella Man. Oh, yeah, Umbrella Man. Yeah, I see you, Umbrella. I see you still flying the flag behind you. Look, I love this flag, baby. I love it. If a quarterback on another team goes down, McKee may get trade action. Do you guys think that and Christopher, I'm not trying to deflect your question. I honestly don't know what I would do. I would seriously have to think about it. But I don't know what I would do. It was that bad. We still made a wild card, but that was a defense. Don't forget Most expensive offensive roster ever assembled, beyond terrible. Yeah, it was. I forgot what I was going to say. I was going to say, what the hell was I going to ask you guys? Damn it. I can't remember now. I'm so stupid. I might be crazy, but I feel Stoutland was a bigger loss than AJ. Now, I don't know that you're crazy at all, but it was a big loss, Jeff. But here's another thing. Like, how does a Stoutland, a Hall of Fame positional coach, how does he get left out? Like the way Patullo and Nick kind of went behind his back on the run game. Like how do you do that to a guy like that? That to me is an issue. Stop the BS 500. You will never hold her. Yeah, I don't know why you would say that, Eagles man. I don't think that's true. I think you're vastly underestimating. I will hold anybody accountable. I will. And I will admit when I'm wrong. Believe me, I've done it 1,000 times. But no, I will hold them accountable. When I think it's fair, I will. I like the Chargers game, we held them accountable. But when you have coaching that is so inept that everybody knows what you're going to do before you do it, I mean, how do you hold anybody accountable if you can't hold the coaching staff? John, thank you for Super Chat. Since we're looking up stats, look at Hurts for zone coverage and man coverage. You'll find a lot looking for the elevate Hurts as a quarterback. I'll have to look at it. Where do I find it? I'll check it out. But no, anybody that thinks I won't hold them accountable, I think you're going to be surprised. Markup, thank you for the Super Chat, my man. Appreciate you. 500, I've been serious when I asked this. This girl I've been seeing for a while now can't fish. Everything's great, but I'm not sure how I feel. All green flags, but I don't know. What do you mean? Why can't she? Thank you for the Super Chat, Markham. I don't know, but what do you mean? Everything's good. Dude, this is a problem I've never encountered. Okay, I don't know, man. What I would say is, I would say, like, relax, take some deep breaths or something. Oh crap! Let me get the sound off. And 7, thank you for the Super Chat. What are your expectations for Lemon season? I think he has a really good year for a rookie. I think somewhere in the 50 to 60 catch range, maybe 700 yards, somewhere around there. Marco, I'm not trying to not answer your question, but I don't know. I've never had that issue, man. I've never had that ever. I mean, what do you think the reasons would be? Cole Payton with a really nice series after a bad day on 2. All right. 2 really nice throws back to back, 1 deep and 1 sidearm versus pressure. So Cole Payton is trying to bounce back. I don't know. I don't know. Problem is, motherfuckers hold Jalen accountable when it ain't his fault. A lot of the time, he can only run what's called. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I don't know. When I have 2,000 people in a stream during a football game, and literally everybody is calling the play out before the snap of the ball, and it's like if everybody knows that's what's going on, then the defense knows that's what's going on. How are you going to be successful as an offense when they know what you're going to do? Man, if they were, I don't think that's what it is. I'm thinking, man, I don't know what it is. I don't think that's what it was. But I don't know. Mark Davis, head in the bed, 45 minutes, nothing. I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I honestly don't know. I mean, your girl's like you're attracted to her, right? I don't know, man. Do you like her or no? Like, you got to train her, share what you like, but I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. I've been married to the same woman for almost 20 years. It'll be 20 years in October. It's not an issue I have had to deal with. So I don't know. Andrew Makuba with a nice pass breakup. 7-on-7. Reed Jalen Hurts all the way and broke the ball to force an incompletion on a pass intended for Mekhi Lemon. So Makuba with a nice breakup. Joey is definitely a finisher. He's a finisher. I'm not saying Hurts don't got to get better, but literally everyone forgets what Brady looked like the first half of his career. Everyone thought Manning and Rodgers and other quarterbacks were better quarterbacks. Agreed. You know what? If I would like to see them use the short passing game more. Like I bet you Jalen could have 5 to 6, 7 completions more a game, just with simple throws that are easy throws that are there to be made. That in the previous years they just ignored completely. Like all that pushes your numbers way up, and I think this year we're going to see a different Jalen. I know. I think people give Petula the benefit of doubt. Like I think he was really bad. I think he was really, really bad. Like remember, I just saw the clip the other day of him where he's like, "Oh, we just run the ball to run the ball." Yeah, we just run the ball. We've been running the ball to run the ball. It's like what? You know, Barkley, yeah, use the running back out of the backfield. 500, keep those shoes and the flashlight by your bed, brother. So what, Vanny? I saw your comment the other day. What are you like? What are you talking about? You think there's supposed to be a big earthquake coming or something? You're hearing something? Let's see. I'm looking for updates here. Did you guys see? Let me see if I can pull it up. Did you guys see? Hold on. Let me. I wanted to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about this a little tonight. But I wanted to talk about this. Did you guys see this? Jalen Carter's cap hit. So here's Jalen Carter's contract, right? His 4-year, $152 million extension. This is his cap hit, the course of the contract. 2026, $9.1 million. 2027, $9.5 million. 2028, $15.5 million. 2029, $22.2 million. 2030, $29.4 million. 2031, it drops to 26.2. Then it's a big balloon, 68 million, which will be voided. He'll never get that. They'll do the contract by then. It'll be done. But he will not have a cap hit higher than $15.5 million until 2029. Howie Roseman is a madman. And, man, teams hate that. They hate that the Eagles do that. But they give a lot of upfront money, and then they push those big cap hits down back to the back end. It's beautiful. Corma, David Super Chat. Is it true CJ Gardner-Johnson? Yeah, CJ Gardner-Johnson got carted off the field earlier. We wish him nothing but the best, but they said it was a lower leg injury. So we'll see. But you know what? He's been carted. He got carted off last year too. So hopefully it won't be too bad. Nothing, no updates as of right now. So it's kind of where we are. The reason KP struggled more than others was because he didn't have the run game to lean on. If Moore couldn't run the football, the offense would have been at the bottom of the league that year too. I agree. You know, I think you're totally right. And you know, look, they went and they realized what they had with Barkley running the ball, and they rid it. You know, and why wouldn't you? The guy had an amazing year. The next year, when it wasn't working, there was no ability to adjust. Go watch. You know, like each week we watch the Eagles. The first two series, they move the ball fairly well. Then the defenses adjust. And they don't do anything. It takes them 3.5 quarters to do anything. And it's like, man, you know, they could not make in-game adjustments to save their lives. Brian Johnson was a little bit of a scapegoat. And here's why I say that. Because when they had Brian Johnson, in my opinion, Brian Johnson was basically a front man for Nick. Right, because Nick, when he first became coach, he was calling the plays. It was taken for him and given to Steichen. Then we started having success. Then when Steichen left, Nick wanted to get some control of that again. So they promote Johnson, and then Nick is really forcing Johnson to kind of run his offense and what he wants. So Johnson kind of was a scapegoat in a lot of ways for that, and it wasn't fair because he was basically letting Nick be the offensive coordinator for all intents and purposes. It was just in name only. Like, you know, he was like the front man. And I think Johnson, you know, had to take the brunt of that. Then we got Kellen Moore. Nick had to take kind of a back seat. You go win a Super Bowl. Then Kellen Moore goes, Nick hires his guy Patullo, which is kind of like the same thing. And then you see what happens with the offense. Like the same things you had 2 years prior. So to me, every time Nick is trying to get involved in that offense, it goes to shit. Leon Banks, thank you for super chat. 45 minutes and nothing is concerning. Don't be taming the cobra. Don't be taming the cobra daily. Bro, relax. But if you don't like her, send her my way. Leon Banks, the man. Yeah, definitely don't tame the cobra every day. That's not going to help you. Johnson was terrible. It was so Nick. Both can be true, unfortunately, but I hope Nick finally learned a lesson with KP. I like Mannion a lot. I like Mannion so far, too. And what I like about Mannion is that, like, I like that the guys seem engaged. Like, the guys didn't seem engaged with Patullo. That they looked miserable. So they're doing the Eagles just started doing red zone work. So we're doing some red zone work now. So that should be interesting. E. John Damer Super Chat. Hurts had a career year with Johnson until the 49ers exposed him with zone coverage. Can't blame the coaches for the quarterback inability to read. You're talking about the collapse here, right? Dude, that wasn't because the quarterback couldn't play zone. That was a collapse like we've never seen. The Eagles were literally 10-1, and the whole thing went to shit on both sides of the ball. It's really hard to make any assumptions out of that whole time. It's not all Nick. Laugh my ass off. You'll blame everyone but Hurts. I'll blame Hurts. I'll blame Hurts when it calls for it. I don't believe that it has as of yet, and I'm not blaming Nick. Just all Nick. I know it's not all Nick. But I don't think you can. I don't think you can make a fair judgment with Hurts when you've had the incompetent coaching on offense. I truly believe that, Eagles man. But like I said, if you're correct and Jalen Hurts is the problem, then we'll see the same stuff this year. And at that point, I'll say, yeah, look, we got a new coach, and it's still got the same problem. It's issue with the Hurts. I have no problem saying that if it's the case. And if you've listened to me long enough, you know I will criticize him. Will the loss of Jalen Hurts progression as an NFL quarterback? Will the loss cause Jalen Hurts progression? What do you mean? What do you mean, Marcus? What's going on, buddy? 500. Do you want to see the starters? I do want to see the starters in preseason. Yeah, I definitely do. All right, so let's go back here. All right, so Eagles running their first red zone period of summer. They're going to juice. Oh yeah, the touchdowns. Elliott Shore-Parks is going to throw a lot of touchdowns today. Jeremiah Trotter has made some nice plays while seeing first team action with Jahad Campbell not practice. So Trotter's playing well. Trotter doesn't surprise me that he's playing well at all. No, I know. Jason, you're probably right. They're probably not going to play any of them. And I think they should. And Jalen played hard that game versus San Francisco. The team as a whole quit. They were up 10-0, right? That was the game they started. Weren't they up 10-0 early? 7-0? And then that was the Bradbury game where they punched us in the mouth and we acted like we didn't want to get up and fight. That game looked like the team flat out quit. It was like that was the first game where they looked like they quit, and then every week it looked like the second half of the game they just quit. I think they quit on their coach, to be honest with you. I promise, if Hurts is a problem, I will say it. But you got to have competent coaching in order to know that. Coaching carousel shall continue. Either we win and lose our offensive coordinator to a head coach job, or we stink and they get fired. I know. A flying mine is every year, isn't it? Hopefully Manuel will stay at least 2 years. Leon Banks, thank you for the super chat. 500, you know me, bro. I love them. Calcium. Calcium cannons. But 45 minutes of nothing, that's bad, bro. It's getting the other side. I don't know what's going on with him. He's got to figure it out. I don't know. I wish I could help him. I don't have an answer. Calcium cannons. Thank you, Leon Banks. Oh, my God. I'm going to be saying that all day now. John, thank you for the super chat. Philly, the defense wasn't good, but it progressively got worse from being on the field constantly from Hurts turnover and zone coverage. I mean, you're asking. I have a problem remembering last week, let alone those 2 years ago. But I mean, I thought that the offense was bad, the defense was bad. They fired the defensive coordinator. Like if it's all in the offense, why are you firing the defensive coordinator? So they fired the defensive coordinator. They fired the offensive coordinator at the end of the year, but they fired the defensive coordinator during the year. That was from what I remember, that was a total team collapse. And it just got to the point where you knew they were going to lose, and they looked like they all quit. So I don't know what you make of that. I mean, what do you make of it when the team just flats out quit? How do you judge that? Jeff Bones says Hurts was drafted in a messed up situation. He was supposed to be the backup to Wentz. Hurts hasn't had steady coach since he started playing, and Nick's still learning his way too. Yeah, I agree. Calcium Cannons. Yeah, it is a good name for a fantasy football team. That is true. Calcium Cannons. CB, yeah, I'll be there tonight. We'll be streaming. I asked Joey if he wanted to do 9. I don't know if he responded yet. He didn't respond yet. What if Stout was a problem with Hurts developing? He didn't want to use motion or play much under center because it changes the blocking lanes. Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll figure that out. The whole Hurts doesn't like to play under center and stuff. Like, I don't know if I believe all that, because when they interview Hurts, he's always like, yeah, I would love to play under center. Yeah, I would love to do the short passing game more. And then it's like, then there's these reports that he doesn't want to do it. So what's the truth? Sam Howell averaged 350 yards and 4 touchdowns a game against 23 Eagles and Bold. Yeah, he lit us up. Vashon, what up? How are you? Brian Johnson was Hurts. Really? I thought Hurts' best coach was Steichen. Like, I thought Hurts was his best under Steichen. And Steichen, the one thing about Steichen was he really made Hurts focus on, like mechanics, development, talked about like going out to the right, like stepping up, all those things, like it mattered. I think when Steichen gone, all those little things seem to disappear. And Mannion seems like he's bringing it back. Philly, is it me, do you think? Is what you? No, what do you mean? AJ quit on the coach. Stout probably held Nick accountable and got stunned and quit. Well, I mean, what happened with Stoutland was that Nick and Patullo would get together during the week and start developing what they're going to do in the run game and wouldn't tell Stoutland. They wouldn't confer, talk, discuss the run game at all with Stoutland. They just kind of tuned him out. And he felt like he wasn't doing anything. That's why he left. Eagles Pirate David Super Chat. Tank needs at least 10 touches a game. Agreed. I agree with that. Trotter Jr. having a nice day in place of Jahad Campbell. 2 breakups. My count, though, he was called for pass interference on the throw to Lemon in the end zone. Let's see. Eagles' first team offense. Oh, you got that. No, it's other. Eagles' first team offense with 6 plays in the red zone. Hurts is 1 of 3 in the drill. Let's go, Trotter. You the guy. I love Trotter, man. AJ Brown was complaining early on about the offense coordinator not allowing Drake May to throw as much as AJ would like. I know, I saw that. Yeah, the Axeman 2. Let's see if we got any updates here. Nothing. We'll keep looking for it. Hurts' best season statistic was 23. He threw the ball more than. That's why he had high turnovers. 23 was that the no? 23 was a collapse year, right? Dude, they were 10-1 that year and choked. Mark up David Super Chat. The thing is, I'm still a virgin at 52. You would think I would be completed at 30 seconds, now 45 minutes. I just scheduled a doctor's appointment, call my dad. Yeah, you need some testosterone probably. It's probably hormones. If you're truly 52 and a virgin, and the wind blowing ain't doing it for you, then it's got to be hormone related. If we're being at all serious, which I don't think I don't know if you're being serious or not. Eagles offense will be well balanced this upcoming season. Yeah, I think so too. You know what's crazy? His 22 stats were slightly lower than 23. He only had 6 interceptions. Yeah, that's interesting. He probably ran more in 22 also. If my man's being honest, and he's really that's really the situation, which I don't know, then no, I think that one, you probably should just like not be a virgin anymore and get it done, get it out of the way, whether you blow a load or not. No offense, but it's got to be. You probably need your hormones checked. In 22, he sat out the last 3 games with a shoulder injury. Yeah, I mean, I can't remember. Facts off. You're better off destroy your life. Hurts hasn't played all 17 games his whole career. It's interesting. That is interesting. The league caught up with what? I don't think that's possible, dude. Let's keep it football, right? I'm the big 5'1". Yeah, I'm 51. I know, I'm sorry. I'm trying to help this guy. I don't know what to do. What's good, 500? Checking in from Go Birds. Fun fact, Bell is from was it Mississippi? He just went to Miami. That's cool. He's big. I'm very intrigued by him as an offensive lineman. Ron, stay with Super Chat. Where do babies come from? Oh, jeez. Yeah. We get back to football. Tell him to go to Amsterdam. Micah Morris went to the medical tent during a team drill session. So Morris got injured, guys. So Micah Morris heads to the tent. Do I think it affects the Eagles? Why would it affect the Eagles' ticket prices? I don't think so, but I don't know. I love AJ, was probably my favorite player, but everything that came out heartbreaking. And it throws away friendship over girl and friend ain't even one. That just shows how soft you are. Make it right after. Yeah, I mean, the whole thing is crazy. It really is crazy. And I'll be honest, like, I see the clips of AJ on X and then the interview. I can't listen to it and I can't watch it. I just can't. It makes me feel sick in my stomach. I literally feel sick in my stomach watching AJ. And I know I should get over it, but it just like it's too raw. It's too raw still. It's still too raw. Should have to go. Oh wait, no, you shouldn't. Hurts in 2022, 3,700. 22 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 760 rushing, 13 touchdowns. Jeez. Missed 3. That's a hell of a statistic, though. I mean, dude, I don't care that he only threw 22 touchdowns. That's a hell of a year. No, I've been my algorithm. I know. I'm saying I can't watch it. It just makes me sick. You know. Joint practices, I think week 2 of preseason. Yeah, so I think week 2. Let's see. Let me see what Mannion says here. Let's do this real quick.
He does a lot of things well. I think, he's really operated through all facets of the offense comfortably, but
this is Mannion on Hurt
as an athlete in the running game is something unique that, those are elements we can lean into, a little bit as well.
Obviously, being under center a lot would restrict having those at least +1 type of zone read and RPO. Does that restrict him from doing that as much, or we've seen before? I guess Malik Willis being an example of that. Is there room for him to have that facet of the offense?
Yeah, I think there's definitely room for both. There's room for both, and I think a lot of it is just dependent on, week by week or situationally. There's a lot of different things that come up throughout the game. from 1 week to the next, things you're seeing from the defense. So I think to have all those different elements in your back pocket, I think there's room for many different things. The two that you mentioned certainly, can both, live together in some form or fashion.
So he's saying that they're gonna use Hurt's legs, and they're gonna take advantage of it when they can. They're not gonna get away from that. That's good. I everything that I hear from Mannion talking, I like. Topher says 500. My dad hates you for some reason. He refers to you as the fat guy. Well, look, I'm not gonna say anything bad about your father. It's your father. I'm not. I just won't. I won't do that to you. So. God bless your dad, man. God bless him. But I'm not going to say anything bad about him because that ain't cool. I ain't talking about somebody's dad. He was in the lead going into Chicago game where he got injured 100%. Yeah, that was a nasty injury. I don't even care about losing AJ production on offense. I'm just glad we get a season without the AJ drama, focal point Eagles headlines. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I mean, I'm glad it's over with and he's gone, but it just still makes me sick. I just think it's just too recent. I need more time. Philly got a strong chin. Hell yeah. I definitely have a strong chin. Nothing. Let me see what Elliot Reports is saying. Nothing. No updates. Man, the updates are coming slow today. It's been they're doing red zone right now, and it's been not a lot of updates. The updates have been slow today. It's like I think everybody's just like I think the Eagles are off tomorrow. I think the media guys want to go home for the weekend. It's really slow. I agree, 500. I never felt so disrespected by a guy who played for us for my 25 years watching. Yeah, it's true. I love you, Philly. Would do except the guy he's dead. That's you, a virgin. I love you too, Nathan. No, I don't care. I don't care who hates me. Like that stuff doesn't bother me. Everybody's allowed to hate me. You're allowed to hate me if you choose to. And I won't talk. I'm not talking about somebody's father. I'm not going to go at somebody's father. I just can't do that. Someone's probably like, yo, AJ, stop bitching. That's why he went silent and started reading the book. Well, I think what happened was like he went and he spoke up for the offense last year. Like remember like after the Rams game where they were like, this is what we got to do. We're not a team that we got killers on this team. We got to go and we got to attack like at that Rams game. Then they went in the Tampa game. They were up 24-6 at halftime. And then they go into prevent offense at the second half. And I think him and a lot of players felt like the coaches weren't listening and they should just shut down. And they shut down. No KP, no AJ, no excuses for Hurts. I agree with that. Of the past game sucks again. It's on him. I don't want to hear shit about running back. Fair enough. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I agree. That's a deal, Eagles, man. That's a deal. Doesn't ESP know we are all waiting bated breath for his cry? I know. I know. 500 isn't fat. He's fluffy. I'm fluffy. I'm cuddly. Okay, Eagles, man. If the passing offense is good, I'm going to need you to buy a Jalen Hurts Super Bowl jersey, MVP expense. There you go. AJ did amazing things here. Nothing but love. Hope he has a career he wants. I want him to get crushed. When we go to, are we going to New England? Right, we're going there. Like I want war. I want war that week at camp. Evo, that's me, was frustrated too, but he was an adult about it. Zero professionalism. I hear you. I'm curious how much the offense will use the running backs in the passing game. I think the passing game will go through Smith and Goddard and running backs. Well, yeah, I want to see how much they use the running backs. I also want to see how much they use the short, quick passes. Like, every game, there's multiple times where they could easily take 3-4 yards on first down just by throwing it. The corners would be way off the receivers, and they would never even try to take advantage of it. Like, to me, that's on Hurts. Some of that's on Hurts, and some of that's on the coaching. Like, how come you don't use the short passing game better? Are they going to use it this year? If they do, I think it will open up everything else. Bro, super chats could pay for Ozempic. I don't need Ozempic. But thanks though. Actually, everything I'm doing right now, I'm on a good routine here. I got good things going. I just don't talk about it. I'm not Mark Holmes. I'm not going to make 8 videos about it. I just keep it to myself. To all the Hurts haters, goes like a pack of Franks. Saquon said that he likes the offense because he will be more involved in a passing game. Yeah, and I think he will too. He may not give you 2,000 rushing yards, but he may give you like 1,700 or 1,800, 1,900 total yards. No updates. It's quiet. Who will have a breakout season this year for the Eagles? Well, I mean, if you want to say Devontae Smith, but I don't consider breakout because I already think he's a stud. I think you're going to see. I think it might be Jahad Campbell. I think it could be Campbell. Have you tried smoking crack? That will guarantee. No, I haven't. But that's my last resort. No, just kidding. John Davis, Super Chat. Nick will now hold Hurts' hand throwing the ball. Good. I don't want him to. But why is it about Jalen and excuses? He already won the bowl. Just give him a good play calling. I don't know. If it's good Madden player, he will win a Super Bowl. No, I agree. I mean, he's won. He's a winner. I agree with you. But it's like that's not good enough for a lot of people. It doesn't matter. So it's like, I don't know what they want. If he throws 27 touchdowns, are people going to be pissed that he didn't get 30 touchdowns? Like, it's like, I don't know. To me, if you're winning and you take me to the Super Bowl and win again, that's all I care about. You think Wicks breaks out? He could. Have you noticed there's no more talk about Miami since Patullo's there? Yeah. It's true. I feel like this team has more chemistry than last year and team by a landslide. Don't pick up anyone just wanting to retire. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. DJ Simo, thank you for Super Chat. He goes, how can you blame Hurts if the passing game is trash before the season starts? What if the coaching is ass again? We don't have the answers until November. What the question that you're referring to earlier that I answered, I'm answering it under the assumption that Nick is going to stay out of the way, that Mannion is going to be a good offensive coach, and that Hurts is going to be in a position to be successful. That's what I'm basing that on. But you are correct. If one of those things is not in place, then it makes it a lot harder to judge. I agree with you. But for the sake of the question, I'm assuming if all those things are right, yes, then we can talk about Jalen. You know what I'm saying? Let's see here. Mac McWilliams showing up with 2 nice defensive plays, one on a pass breakup, other tight coverage to force an incompletion, both against Eli Stowers. Nick Sirianni announces that the Eagles defense won't practice today. I would agree. What, a defense not showing up? Is that what Brandley Gouton's saying? I love short pet. Me too. I don't think he needs 4,000 yards or 4 touchdowns. He just needs to be efficient, move the chains, take what the defense gives. But what about wins? Like, what if he does that and they win 8 games? But what if you get what you got, let's say, statistically last year, but they win 13, 14 games? Then what? I'm trading for edge rusher Jonathan. I'm trading for edge rusher Jonathan Grenard. I hope the Eagles didn't trade for. Me too. Me too. What is it going to do, host? I don't know. John Davis Super Chat. Because we've seen the passing game since 21. Laugh out loud. Yeah. A lot of different coaches from 21 to 25, 26. Quiniana Mobay says, Philly, I'm so excited. It's August, which means football month. Are you streaming the Hall of Fame? No, I won't stream the Hall of Fame game. I will not be streaming the Hall of Fame game. I might nap during the Hall of Fame game, but it's been so bad. No, when is the Hall of Fame game, by the way? But no, I won't be doing. I'll be doing all the Eagles preseason games. I won't do any other teams preseason games, just the Eagles. And then when we get to the regular season, yeah, it's a lot. Matt, they were super chat. He goes, a great coach once said, "You play to win the game." Exactly. If the play call is better and Hurts still looks stuck, then answers should be clear. Agreed. Nick Blame is always in his back pocket. I'm not trying to be. Josh Allen had different offensive coordinator and never dropped off. It took him a while to get going, though. Like it took Allen a while to get going. You know, but I love when people compare Hurts and then they always use Allen or Mahomes. You ever notice that? Like Sills does it all the time. He talks about Hurts, and then he brings up Mahomes and Allen. Mahomes and Allen. Well, personally, for me, Mahomes and Allen are a different level than everybody else, in my opinion, in terms of talent, in terms of being a quarterback. So I like, yeah, okay. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Patrick Mahomes. Either is everybody else. There's only 2 guys in the league that I believe as quarterbacks make other players better. Mahomes and Allen. I think everybody else needs good players around them. Saw you were live. I figured won't have to see cringe AI intro. Why nonstop? It's not a cringe intro, man. What are you talking about? Those are beautiful. See, you don't know what I'm doing. I'm like 5 steps ahead of you with that. That is for analytic reasons, my friend, and they work beautiful. So I take that comment with offense, but I appreciate you stopping by. Martin Frank said, that's it for practice. An hour and 40 minutes. Rough day for offense, but also D was excellent. Led by Jalen Carter. Also undrafted free agent Jaden Roberts, an O-lineman. Hurts on last play. Wait, what? Also undrafted. What? Led by Jalen Carter. Also undrafted free agent Jaden Roberts, an O-lineman. Hurt on the last play. Needs cart. That sucks. Rookie guard Jaden Roberts suffered what appears to be a significant leg injury. Cart is out. The injury occurred during the last play of developmental period. That sucks. Like, based upon the updates we got, I'm kind of surprised they're saying that I read the whole thing right. Nick's here announces the Eagles defense won practice today. I would agree. So a good day for the defense, bad day for the offense. I'm not surprised by that at all. You know, you got to give the offense time. So I wouldn't worry about that. Base 500, I agree. Even though hero ball is Allen's biggest weakness in the play. It is. But I still think those are 2 guys I just think they're on different levels than everybody else. We evaluate Allen ain't it. These people don't care about winning. They love stats. They love losing. They want They want all the hate Hurts. They hate Hurts 24 hours a day. Yeah, all the time. Yeah. Offense sucks. Oh, the offense, it's a brand new offense. You can't expect that offense to sit there and be at mid-level, you know what I mean, mid-season level. I mean, they're just coming together. And that defense, they're back again. They got all the same coaches back. I mean, you can't put a lot of stock into that. Allen ain't got a ring. He doesn't. No, Allen does not. Allen's biggest problem right now is he's got to show he can win the big game. That's a problem. That's an issue. That's a real issue for quarterbacks. Okay, there are certain quarterbacks, they can be great, but they got to win the big game. Allen's got to win the big game. There's no question about it. But he's still, to me, incredibly talented, the second most talented quarterback in the league. The defense should be way ahead of offense. 3-year install on defense, few months of new offense. It's going to take time and reps. And that's why they need to play in preseason. I agree with you. Josh Prescott. No, Josh Allen is so much better than Dak Prescott. It's not even fun. I mean, it's a whole different level. You know, it's a whole different level. Dak is a really good quarterback, regular season quarterback. He's a Pro Bowl type quarterback, but he's a choker. He can't win big games. At least with Allen, even though he blew a perfect opportunity this last year, at least I've seen Allen in the playoffs perform. Dak doesn't perform. 500, you heard the Cowboys are Super Bowl bound. Yeah, well, that's what they always say. They say that like every year. Yeah, I would go Josh Allen over Lamar. Yeah. I just think it's funny. Everybody's like, they always use the example of Mahomes and Allen over against Hurts. But, you know, it's like you could do that against every other quarterback in the league. Dak is good. He's just no heart. I could say 100. Say, I would fought Jalen Carter for spinning on it, right? Hunt always gives him a lot of trouble every camp. Yeah, he does, and he's getting better and better. Hot take: this will be Lamar Jackson last season's Raven. Pats won't have over 8 wins. Mike Vrabel will lose his job. 4 straight losses. Mahomes will have another season. Wow, another season-ending injury. Yeah, that's big trouble for Mahomes if that happens. But I think you could be right about Lamar Jackson. That wouldn't surprise me. As far as the Patriots go, I need them to have a bad year, not this year, but the next year. DH named 2 teams that are better coached and still didn't win. Well, Lamar, Burrow, Allen, especially Dak, don't have rings. They don't. And you know, and it's going to haunt them. It will haunt them. The question, if you ask me who the winning quarterback, like if I have to win a playoff game, what quarterbacks do I want? Mahomes and Hurts. They win big games. I trust them in a have to win moment. I trust them over everybody else. No question. But they never do those kind of polls. So I love your passion. This is my take. I can see Howie going after Lamar for 20. Really? Wow. That would be nuts. That would be crazy. I mean, see, I would be so conflicted because how do you just get rid of a winning quarterback? I don't understand how you do that. CJ towards the that sucks. Is that true? That sucks. Is Jefferson still out there? No, I mean Jefferson's. I don't think they're trading Jefferson. They want to bring up players and teams, but not the coaches. That's true. Very true. John Davis Super Chat. No Philly Jalen. I say he's better because of accolades, They don't evaluate and wonder why Hurts is bottom 15, Allen's top 15. I don't know what you mean. What do you mean? I've never heard anybody say that Allen was not better than him. I think Mahomes and Allen are the best two quarterbacks in football from a standpoint of talent, arm talent, all that stuff that goes with it. In terms of the most clutch quarterbacks, I think Hurts has got to be up there. But I think Mahomes and Allen are the best two, and then I think there's a drop-off. That's just me personally. But I just think it's always funny that we compare those two guys to Hurts, and then they compare Dak to like Justin Herbert. It's like you're comparing Herbert and Lamar and they're all being compared with each other, and then they're always putting Hurts up with Mahomes and Allen. I'd rather have Hurts. Me too. I'd rather have the guy that wins. I don't care about the stats. I care about the winning. Yeah, but here's the thing with production. Playoff production and regular season production are two different things. They're just two different things. Guys that produce in the regular season do not always produce in the playoffs. Guys who may not produce as much in the regular season, some of them produce better in the playoffs. And it's not just because they have a better team. I don't believe it's just because they have a better team. And the truth is that if you look at Hurts's game, and then you look at a lot of the quarterbacks in today's league, when they get to the playoffs, they all start to play more like Jalen Hurts does when you get to the playoffs. It's funny to me. The teams that win, their quarterbacks never throw 40-something times in the game. Very rarely. They're always like 20 to 30. They run the ball more. Teams run the ball more, and they play a different game. Hurts plays playoff football all year long. That's what I love about Hurts. BC Weasel, thank you for super chat. John 7704 failed to realize that it's deeper than just yards. If those guys show production, then why do they struggle in the playoffs? That matters. No, it's true. I and that's what I'm saying. Like playoff production and playoff football and regular season football are not the same thing. They're not the same thing, and some quarterbacks cannot make the adjustment. You think Allen a Hall of Famer when his career? Yeah, I do. I think Allen will be a Hall of Famer. The one thing I'll say about Josh Allen is he blew a great opportunity. But out one of the greatest playoff games I saw, he gave his team a lead in overtime in Kansas City, where he went toe-to-toe with Mahomes and gave them the lead in overtime. And Kansas City was able to pull it out, and he never saw the field again. I mean, that was a clutch moment that he didn't get because they didn't win. But it wasn't on Allen. At least he showed me something. If Jalen ever wins the MVP, then I'll credit the team. And they know it. Oh, yeah, exactly. Philly, I agree. How don't you give Hurts the benefit of the entire 26th season? My concern is how he isn't afraid to pull the trigger. This is why Hurts has no extension. Lamar in 27. Maybe, maybe. I always thought that Hurts wasn't going to get extended until 2027. I think Hurts's cap hit is $32 million this year. So there was like what's the incentive of giving him an extension this year when he's already helping your team out with the cap? So it just makes sense to give him it after this year when his contracts, his salary cap, his cap hit starts to balloon. So I always thought that it was going to come after this season. I don't know why it had to be this season. Like Cilio and stuff, they all decided that, Hurts had to have a contract extension. Otherwise, the Eagles don't believe in him. But when he signed a contract, we always knew that he wasn't going to get anything done until next year. So I don't get it. John Davis, Super Chat. By that logic, Hurts is gone. Then you don't get paid on wins. If you do, then where's his contract for the accolades and wins? You're all missing the point. Well, I just think that his contract was set up to help the Eagles and their cap. He's $32 million against the cap. That is really low for a quarterback. his extension doesn't come till next year. And that was the plan that they had put in place from the beginning. So I don't understand why people are panicking he doesn't have a contract. He was never supposed to get an extension till next year. I don't understand. Devontae Jones, thank you for super chat. Bottom 15 in production, but rushes for hundreds of yards each season and is top 10 in passing yards since 22. Makes perfect sense, right? Exactly. Vashon, what's going on, my man? Thank you. There's a pecking order. He's got to wait his turn again. That's what I thought. I thought it was always going to come after the 2026 season going into 2027. That's when he would get his contract. That's what we kind of were told when the contract was done. You know, people say, well, why doesn't Hurts redo his contract like Dak to give him cap space? He already did it. His whole contract had that built in already. So the incentives to get him a contract, why do it now when he's only costing you $32 million against the cap? I just think they're following the plan. Now, if they don't do it, then we'll see. If he has a great year, they're going to do it. And then people are going to say, oh, it's because of the year. But I think it was always the plan. We got 498 people in here. But before I do go, let me make sure I have gotten everything here. Like a little quieter practice. It was a practice where the offense struggled, defense was ahead, and nothing to worry about though. Mahomes didn't win shit. No, he didn't. Mahomes, what do you mean? All right. Anyways, we got to take care of some business real quick. So before we close out, I'm gonna quick word from another sponsor.
It's real quick. What's the one money lesson you wish you learned earlier that you're trying to pass down to your kids? For all of the parents out there with teenagers, we already know you're trying to keep a million different things under control. Believe me, I got 2 teenagers myself. It's tough. Well, guess what? Cash App is here to help. Make sure your teen's money and their spending isn't adding to the craziness. With Cash App Card available to teens 13 to 17 with a sponsorship by an eligible parent or guardian, every transaction triggers a real-time notification for you to see, empowering your teen to practice independence while giving you a peace of mind by keeping track of their spending. You can also manage everything from your own Cash App account without having to switch between the two. It's beautiful. It makes it simple to stay connected to your teen's financial activity in a way that's both efficient and empowering. Now, finally, no one, and I mean no one, wants unnecessary surprises. With Cash App, there are no monthly fees, no minimum balance requirements, and no hidden charges when sending or receiving money. With the Cash App Card, you and your teen's balances receive 24/7 fraud monitoring, and if the card ever gets lost, you have the ability to lock their card right from your phone in just one tap. New Cash App customers can earn $10 if they use code FAMILY10 in their profile at sign up and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. That's FAMILY10 in the profile and send $5 to a friend within 14 days. Terms apply. Cash App is a financial service platform, not a bank. Banking services provided by Cash App's bank partners, prepaid debit cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC. Cash App Visa debit flex cards issued by Sutton Bank, member FDIC, and the Bancorp Bank NA, pursuant to a license from Visa USA Incorporated. See terms and conditions for Sutton prepaid cards, Sutton debit flex cards, and Bancorp debit flex cards. Savings provided by Cash App, a Block Inc. brand. Visit cash.app/legal/podcast for full disclosures.
Shout out to Cash App for sponsoring this video. Quick things. Now the Eagles players are doing, they're being interviewed. They're doing press conferences. Landon Dickerson is speaking. Couple things. First, he looks much thinner. Like he looks like he lost some weight too. So he looks like he's in good shape, but he looks like he's thinned down a little bit. Number two, he said that in retrospect, he should never have come back and played after like he got hurt in camp. He came back too soon, which is something that we all talked about, and it was something that bothered him all year. So I think, and he also said that he had no thoughts of retirement. So it looks like he's here to stay. And if he's back to being healthy and a Pro Bowl guard, we're gonna be in good shape, no question about it. But you guys should definitely go over there and check out those press conferences. I always sign off when they're speaking. I will be back tonight. We'll be doing a shakedown, I think about 9, and so look for that. And I won't have a post I won't have a recap video out for practice today because of shakedown tonight. So we'll be back later on in the day. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to go get my tires changed. That's what I have to do, get my tires changed. So, I hope you guys have a great, great day. I will talk to you. All right, Tiffany, I'll see you later. But I hope you guys have a great day. We out of here. Peace.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over. It's over. This game is over. Cut it off. It's over.
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay. Congratulations, Green Bay.
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay. Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak. That was on you, Dak.
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb. You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb. God. It's over. It's over, Dak. Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. I talk to... It is killing me.
I feel coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking... Cut it off. It's over.